Isn't there like a belt usually by this point that I didn't normally get? Ah, okay. So I need to do that. So I need to get up there then. Okay, I think I found out where I need to go. Yep, I need to go right here. That's where I need to get the belt. Okay, so okay, so we can go ahead and get rid of you then. Boom. Still, I think it's been way too long. I've tried to trace the teleportation twice and failed. Surely you don't mean that we teleported Z, the champion of the gods, the Crusaders Knight, hold on, Knight Commander, and our friend to a random point in space with no way of even knowing exactly where? That's exactly what you did, and a great adventure it was, too. Was it? You're back. What was it like? Was it beautiful? Asked Esperanza with bated breath as her friends erupted in cheers and whoops of jubilation. You made a mistake. Instead of Elysium, the ritual brought me to the witch Aurilu's laboratory. Please try not to let that happen next time. Maybe? Now, you may have eared a little with the destination, but I still saw and learned many interesting things. Life is full of discoveries and adventures, and I'm happy you see things that way too. Your spirit is special. So when are we going to perform the ritual again? What about right now? We need to finish what we started, after all. All the wallfire takes a deep breath to speak and says, with all determination she can muster, "No way. I'm not teleporting our friend to an unknown destination ever again. We'll try once more if we improve the ritual to make it more predictable, but to be honest, I'm not sure it can be done." I'd love to see what Ivy will be like when she grows up. Adult dragons of her kind possess unique abilities. That said, that story about being able to breathe candy is probably made up. Oh, this would be a great point for Ivy to pop up and go, "Ooh, I would love to do that." Anyways, point at Arushale. There's someone I'd like you to meet. Ursula's eyes go wide and she clasps her hands in a defensive gesture. Hi. I know who you are, and you probably know who I am. Ilk looks even more flabbergasted than when your powers transformed the ridge into a flowering garden. I recognize your voice. You're the one who sent us those visions and warned us about the attack on Canabras. And you're a demon, Ursula says in a sad, quiet voice. The demon who helped us and who was able to use Desna's magic. I'm at a loss for words. What's your name? Why did you start helping the Crusades? Why don't you come over for tea someday? Do demons even drink tea? Oh, there are so many things I want to ask you. Well, you already know her name. Anyways. Oh, wait, no, we didn't tell them her name. As the young man gushes, Urusula's hands loosen their grip and she smiles weakly. My name is Urusula. I'll certainly take you up on your offer. If I have some time to spare after the raids with the commander, I'm so thrilled to meet you all. Thank you again. Thank you, Z. Those three were the first mortals who listened to me and believed me. Really? Then what is everybody around you? Chopped liver? Chopped souls? They're mortals who believe you too. Okay? Anyways. So bright and lively, all three of them. I had no idea what they'd think when they found out who the voice from their dreams belonged to. I still have to tell them what I have done, how I murdered a dozen priests before becoming what I am. Still, I'm glad they didn't spurn me at first sight. Remind me again, what you do and what your goals are. Anything and everything. We help your free crusaders with their raids in the world wound. We research how your power affects the environment. We also oversee the court, the quality of life here, and the defenses in case of a demon attack. What's the general mood in the court? Things are going splendidly. The court is a wonder, pure and simple. Soon its fame will spread far beyond Mendev. I'm sure it will be the talk of the abyss too. Tell me about yourselves. How did you all become followers of Desna? Followers of Desna. If the three of us start talking all at once, which happens quite often, we won't be able to make anything else. My family are some of the few humans allowed to live in Keonan, the land of the elves. I was born in Gringold and often traveled with my parents to the elven fortresses or sailed the elven rivers. We occasionally got lost, but I always found the way home. My parents quickly realized that there was a reason for that. I was guided by some peculiar power. I turned my prayers to Desna. It was a childish faith I had and a childish prayers I offered. But they worked. Those marked by Desna rarely sit still for long. I soon left home to see the world and wandered until I ended up in Canabras. Wounded crusaders were being brought into the city at the time, and there was a terrible shortage of priests and healers. When I saw the faces of the wounded, I realized that no matter how amazing the world was, my heart would never be at peace if I didn't stay here and help. Can you tell me about yourself, Aranka? My family are of the lesser nobility, but mother, father, and grandmother never bragged about their titles. We have a nice little estate the size of a medium farmstead, a house overgrown with ivy, a couple of big, shaggy dogs, and even shaggier horses. I love my home and my family, but my talents as a bard and the call of adventure never let me stay home for long. My parents have never minded. My father used to joke that he'd rather let me roam the world than have to keep dragging me down off the blades of the old mill. I love to climb. So with my parents' blessing, I traveled and refined my art until I met Ilks in Canabras and realized that's where I belong. Wallflower. My story is the least interesting. Out of us three, I'm the only one from Mendev, an orphan. My parents, like those of many others, died in the crusade. I always wanted to be a wizard, but I didn't begin my studies until quite late. Finding opportunities to learn magic in an orphanage is hard. Actually, there aren't that many wizards among Desna's worshippers. She mostly attracts bards and travelers, but I just happened to enter her shrine one day, and I knew in an instant that I wanted to stay. Before I found the shrine of Desna that day, I had only ever seen temples of Iomade and Abadar. I had this idea in my head that temples were always grand and solemn, but as a shrine was more like a tent at a carnival, and the service a joyous performance. Okay. I must have seen creatures of all races in there, and even a few fae. Everyone was in high spirits, dancing merrily to the singing of a bard. It was one of Maraka's famous concerts. That's when I met her and Ilks and immediately joined the temple, and that's where I stayed. Why did you believe I was the one who could improve your odds in the war with the demons? You probably think we only followed you because of your power, but that's not true. Rather, it's more than that. We believe that your power is just a consequence. The gods must have seen something in you. That's why they chose you as their champion. You helped us in Canabras, even though the city's prelate denounced us as criminals. You would have done what you did. The Crusaders have never had a commander like you before, but Desna's stars, I don't want to disparage those who have fought bravely and shed their blood for us. But we have made no headway for the last four crusades, and for good reason. The commanders of our paladins seem to believe that all you need to do is win. To win is form a column and march bravely headlong toward evil. If the Fifth Crusade followed the same logic, we just fail again. With Yuzi, everything should be different. It already is. Our endeavor here, the court and the Free Crusaders, looks a little crazy, but for all we know, a little bravery and madness might be exactly what the Crusades have been missing. How are things going in my court? Not exactly calm and tranquil, but at least it's a lot of fun. Oh, I love this court already. Well, just the fact that they're all having fun. We're settling in and making preparations to fight off demons if we have to. I don't think they'd like the idea of an incredible place like this existing in this rotten wound of theirs. Still, there are a lot of us, and we have many talent. We can handle it. Have to go. Till next time. Ooh. The amount of intoxicating drinks you've imbibed is equal to the amount of water a 100-year-old oak would need in a week. My good lady. The tree towers over the short matrix so much she's almost lost in his shadow. If only your mind weren't so fogged, you'd realize by now that I am right. What you said there was beneath your dignity, good Skrinthal. Just so you know, my god condemns excessive drinking. For followers of Caden, it's a deadly sin. Much like murder and other religions. It's just that I know how to have fun. That's exactly why my thoughts are brilliant and clear as ever, unlike those of a certain 100-year-old oak. Hello there. May I join in the debate about alcohol? Me, I want in. I'm gonna, what's it called? State my case. I know the candy is so much better than the sinking alcohol, and I'll prove it too. Lushbringer and you, worthy dragonling, we are debating alcohol itself, but rather the ideas it brings forth. Our good sister Ola Dereva is trying to uproot life on the bridge with her experiments. That is false, my good Skarenthal. Patently false. You believe that only forests and groves may be called life, but my project will encompass a whole host of living creatures, including a rare species of crustacean. Interesting. You see, Z, being immersed in the creative ambience of the court has inspired me to make something of my own. I'm currently working on a unique alchemic prismatic spring. The problem is, Skarenthal is trying to plant his trees in the same spot, and they don't exactly get along with my spring. What kind of trees are the treants planting there? We saved some seeds from the ancient groves of Sarkoris and brought them here. Our our country used to have another name. A rough translation would be Green Bastion in the Northland. These seeds are a memory of our past and a new beginning. All right, what is this? What is a prismatic spring? It's a hot spring in which unique alchemical processes are constantly taking place. These processes imbue the water and salts that accumulate in the spring with all the colors of the rainbow. These springs occur in nature, but as far as I know, no one has ever attempted to recreate one before. I'm also planning to make some improvements to my spring so that it offers health benefits in addition to looking wonderful. Forests, I like your idea. However, forests and groves are more to my liking. It's a wise decision. The court's power will make our trees truly wonderful. What? What the deuce was that about? If the trees need a home, they do need a home. And that's why we're here. To give them a home. Is that one of the new edible statues? Is that one of the edible statues? Z, what is your issue?
Together we stand.
There we go. No idea what... A gingerbread demon created by this cavalry sculptor. The statue looks as though it was partly molded by hand and partly chiseled at full gallop. I love it.
As it should be.
Don't you miss the city, Aranka? People used to pack into the square to hear you sing. Hill, you're hilarious. Of course I don't. What doesn't Bard would actually miss the city? It's here that I have all of you and a magic garden in the middle of a world wound. But even if I didn't have that, even if I was entirely alone, I could always sing for the clouds and the wind. Also, the statue is extremely underwhelming. I didn't miss anything when I picked the mosaic. Oh, really? Oh, well. Oh, well, it's fine. I hope. Now you're way over here, so... Go ahead and manage you a little bit more. Yeah, I want a stable in here. Plus a watchtower. Yeah, plus a watchtower. Once I turn this into a bastion, that watchtower is gonna get replaced. I'm gonna end up selling that watchtower. Drink something. I'll drink something. You know what? Let's drink something a little bit more tasty. So I got this new drink. I don't drink pop very often anymore. I like the original Baja Blast version. That was a bit underwhelming. Oh well. Anyways, we do have this to go for us real quick. Lan wants to talk. Lan wants to talk. I'll talk to you. Oh, we're fighting that. We're fighting that. We definitely need to kill you real quick. Nice. So do we take you out or do we take you out? I think we should start taking the cultist out. Yeah, take the cultist out. Take him out! Take him out! Awesome. And flop a stone at your face. Nice. Lost some units there, but that's fine. That'll be okay. Ooh. Better not drink that too fast. Okay, we need to get you. Where was that fourth arm? Where was that level 4 arm? Okay, you're right there, so you're gonna end up making it to there. All right, let's see what Lan has to say. Oh, see what Lan needs to do. That's it, Commander. I can't do it anymore. I'm not a chief. What happened? I can't handle
I
it.
tire.
That was perfect timing. Anyways, can't handle it. I thought it'd be me. Thought it'd be my people crying to you, but it turns out it's me. I just don't know how to make the right decision. Let's try to figure out how to deal with your problems. All right. First of all, Erin, a girl from the tribe, wants to marry an elf. When did they even have time to get together? It feels like I'm the only one without a love life around here. Anyway, she needs the chief's blessing. And they want to be married by the laws of the tribe, but I won't do it. He's an elf, she's a mongrel. Letting them marry means dooming them to eternal misery. It's wrong, but if I don't marry them, I'll be making her miserable now. My second problem, five fools are so afraid of demons that they've hidden in the sewage system and refuse to come out. I tried to talk to them, pointless, and I can't just drag them out. I had a plan to lure them out with food, but I think they've found some down there. The rats here are definitely bigger than what we're used to. And the third problem, what should I do with the children and the old people? This is a military campaign. Old people can do some household chores, but kids only get under everyone's feet. I have no idea what to do. You see, I'm not a chief. I'm probably the first person to ever ask this, but demote me, please. No. Someone already did. Someone already asked to be demoted before you did. So here's the second person. All right, the first problem. Love is always a good thing, right? But how do I approve of a marriage between an elf and a mongrel? He'll be dead in 20 years or so, but he'll live for 1,000 years more. I can't in good conscience bless them, but I can't stand in the way of their happiness either. Let them get married. They are adults and can choose their own fate. Sounds like a plan that should at least be considered. Damn it, I was hoping my problems were unsolvable. The second problem. I think maybe I should just throw a barrel of powder in the sewers and light the fuse. It's the only way to get those cowards out of there. But if I do that, then they'll get another fuse, and I don't think I'll like what. I'll like where you stick that one. I'll let them stay there and keep the fortress free of rats. I don't mind. That easy, huh? But maybe it could really work. Fine, I admit it. I just didn't want to think about all this. My head is spinning. All right, the third problem. For some reason, I've never thought the entire tribe would come up to the surface. I only ever pictured the warriors up here. But what do I do with the rest? I guess we could use the hungry infants to deafen the enemy. They scream so loud you can hear them behind the walls of Dresden. Oh, wow. I can't think of what to do with the others. I'll send those who can't find to Nerosium. They'll be taken care of there. I still worry about them, but I guess that's what it means to be chief, right? Nothing to it. Here's a lesson from one commander to another. Don't be afraid of making your own decisions, but know that you can always talk to me. All right, lesson learned. I'll try to be as good as you. It's not the poor folks' fault they got stuck with the most useless chief in all Galarian, maybe the adjacent plains too. A chief is who A chief who is extraplanarily. That's a word. That's a weird word, but okay. Extraplanarily bad, I'd say. All right, let's go talk to him real quick. That is something that we missed in the first playthrough, I think. I believe we missed that in the first playthrough. Because originally, I don't think I ever talked to Sully, when about him being chief. So that whole thing was a bit new to me. Or at least new to this playthrough, because I think I did do that in my private playthrough.